Greetings Multiverse! The Shazam movie is just a year away and excitement is already building. But despite the character of Captain Marvel being around since 1939, the same year Batman first appeared, he hasn't actually appeared in many video games. DC's other flying red punch factory Superman has had a lot of quality appearances dating right back to the dawn of video games in 1979, but Shazam has only started appearing in video games within the last 10 years. So join us as we run down all of Shazam's greatest video game appearances, starting with 2008 Mortal Kombat Vs DC Universe. Yes, Shazam's very first video game appearance was just 10 years ago, in the not as warmly received warm-up to the excellent Injustice series. In the game, Shao Kahn and Darkseid are merged to form Dark Khan, and the DC and Mortal Kombat universes start to merge too. Chapter 5 focuses on Captain Marvel as Raiden invades the Rock of Eternity, and Shazam has to fight off the corruption plaguing a lot of heroes, at which point the Wizard commands him to find Superman in order to stop Dark Khan. Mortal Kombat vs DC Universe was an okay game that suffered by being the last game released by Midway before the collapse, so it didn't get the support it needed. Still, it was good to see Captain Marvel in video games at last. 2010 Batman, the Brave and the Bold on Wii. It'd be another 2 years before Shazam would appear again in video games, and it'd be something of a disappointment. Not in the game itself. WayForward crafted an excellent beat-em-up platformer that perfectly captured the spirit of the beloved cartoon series, but regarding Shazam, there would be a few disappointments. For one, Batman, the Brave and the Bold was only released on Nintendo platforms, limiting its audience and making the game utterly unplayable now. 2, Shazam was only on the Wii version, not the DS version, which is why we're not including that here. Finally, 3, Shazam isn't even playable in the Wii version. He's only available as a super move. The one big negative about this game is that WayForward only chose Batman, Robin, Blue Beetle, Hawkman and Guy Gardner as playable characters, and not great characters such as Aquaman, Green Arrow, Black Canary, or, of course, Captain Marvel. It's nice to see them, but more could have been done with them. 2011 DC Universe Online. DC's online MMO is still going, and it's totally possible for players to make a decent recreation of Shazam with lightning powers and a similar costume. However, the real version does turn up playable in the DLC for the game, in the Legends series of missions where players take control of a classic hero. Captain Marvel and Billy Batson are in the Legends marketplace if you want to give them a try. Interesting fact, DC Universe Online is probably the only place where the big red cheese is referred to as both Shazam and Captain Marvel. When the MMO launched, he was known as Captain Marvel in the comics still, and Sony kept to this in-game, but later on DC requested that his name be changed to Shazam to reflect the New 52 changes. So in later missions he's called Shazam, but everyone else in the game is called Captain Marvel. 2012 Lego Batman 2 DC Superheroes. Still arguably the best LEGO game, certainly the best DC one, LEGO Batman 2 has a wealth of characters from the DC universe to unlock. Shazam is one of them, but unfortunately him and his arch-nemesis Black Adam were only available as DLC as part of 2 separate character packs. For some reason, these were only available on consoles, not PC, and with the demise of these consoles, LEGO Batman 2 Shazam has slightly been lost to time, although it's supposedly possible to mod him into the game on PC, which is certainly worth trying if for no other reason than sticking it to the man. 2013 Injustice on mobile. Arriving just a few months before the epic console version, the iOS and Android mobile edition of NetherRealm's Injustice Gods Among Us was a hugely addictive battler, where collecting new characters and upgrading them was a large part of the fun. Shazam was one of the first characters available for the long-running game, and was also the most infamous for the simple reason that he was really hard to get. With just a really low drop rate in the gold booster pack, the only way to pick him up. Shazam in Injustice Mobile was all about getting to a super move as quickly as possible, and once that happened, he'd become a devastating opponent, giving a plus 300% damage and minus 50% damage received with a free special attack to boot, if you could get him, of course. Also in 2013, Injustice Gods Among Us. Shazam's biggest appearance since Mortal Kombat vs DC Universe is in the console version of Injustice 1. He has a major and rather tragic part in the story, he's a generally fun character to play, and he has 2 different designs in the game, or 3 if you count the optional New 52 skin. Black Adam also plays a strong part in the game. Unfortunately, poor brave Shazam is the first person to stand up to Superman and tell him that the regime has lost its way, and for his bravery, Superman melts Shazzy's brain. And just when we were beginning to think that NetherRealm were big fans of his, the way they kept putting him in their games. Oh well. Once again, 2013, Scribblenauts Unmasked. If you don't know Scribblenauts, it's a series of cute puzzle adventure games where whatever you type in comes to life. The fourth proper Scribblenauts game from 5th Cell was a crossover with DC, and so players could summon whatever character they liked from the entire DC universe, which of course includes Shazam and the rest of his allies and enemies. You can spawn Captain Marvel in one of his various costumes, you can bring in one of the Captain Marvel family such as Mary Marvel, and you can get them to fight Black Adam or Dr. Sivana, or one of Shazam's other villains. There's even a Shazam outfit for main character Maxwell to wear. Oh, and rather coolly, if you spawn Billy Batson and send him after Black Adam, he'll transform into Captain Marvel before they start fighting. 2014, LEGO Batman 3 Beyond Gotham. The most recent LEGO DC game broke the boundaries of Earth and allowed players to venture out into the wider DC universe, from the Hall of Justice and Watchtower all the way to Oa. And best of all, Shazam is no longer just a DLC character and can be unlocked via a side quest for use at any time. You can fly, fire lightning, is invulnerable to attack, and can call out Shazam and transform back into Billy Batson at any time. Now that's attention to detail. 2015 Infinite Crisis. Warner Brothers' short-lived attempt to get in on the MOBA craze featured a host of weird takes on heroes and villains from the DC universe, but Shazam was one of the few ones to get a straight conversion to play as. Infinite Crisis was fun, but sadly against the big hitters such as Dota 2 and League of Legends, it didn't really have a chance, even with the DC license attached. If you played it when it was out, let us know in the comments, since we totally didn't. It's also technically Shazam's last gaming appearance. But last of all, we have to give a nod to 2017 Injustice 2. Due to the events of Injustice 1, Shazam does not make any appearance in Injustice 2 other than a brief mention. However, his main enemy, Black Adam, is still alive and well and plays an important role in the game as the guardian of the Rock of Eternity, in the absence of Billy Batson. Also, you can use the gear and shader system to totally give Black Adam the classic red Captain Marvel costume. Shazam may be dead in the Injustice universe, but he's there in spirit. And that's all of Shazam's video game appearances to date. Have you played Shazam in any of these games? Have we left any video game appearances of Shazam out? Let us know in the comments below. And please subscribe to DC Comics Gamer for everything on the Shazam movie and the world of DC. Thanks for watching, guys. Multiverse out.
Chosen from among all others by the immortal elders Solomon, Hercules, Atlas, Zeus, Achilles, Mercury, Billy Batson and his mentor travel the highways and byways of the land on a never-ending mission to right wrongs, to develop understanding, and to seek justice.